Can I switch my SaaS provider? The answer is yes, you can. Switching SaaS provider is not dissimilar to switching bank accounts or bank providers. We get in touch with your current SaaS provider, request information, and we very much take it from there. By the way, we are One Crown Pensions. We do SaaS all day long, pretty much. Now, here are a few things to consider when it comes to switching SaaS provider. The first thing is this. We sadly often do get a lot of requests to switch to us. Probably the primary reason we get is the level of service from clients, current, previous, if you like, SaaS providers. And what we often hear is SaaS providers not responding to emails, a lack of knowledge, perhaps SaaS providers continually telling clients really to go and speak to their accountants or pointing to the kind of rules without any kind of explanation or application. This naturally can get very frustrating for clients. And sadly, it's a story we hear quite a lot. Now, when it comes to switching SaaS provider, I think a telltale sign in relation to where to go next is oftentimes quite simply their front door, as I like to call it, their shop window, their website. If you're going to switch from one SaaS provider to another and you see that the website is out of date, is very old-fashioned, is not helpful, it doesn't have very many resources, that may point to the fact that they're not taking care, certainly they're not taking care of their shop window, and that may point to other things as well. That is very different to how we do things here, as you will know. You're watching a video here online. We take care with these things. We believe that it's important to be able to provide resources to clients so they can understand SaaS better. And not only that, what we find important to do, as you might expect, is to get back to our clients within a reasonable time. I mean, that is just goes without saying. Sadly, it needs to be said, but that's very much what we do. So we provide a very, very high levels of service for our clients. Another thing to be mindful of is when choosing a SaaS provider is their level of knowledge and expertise. Now, most SaaS providers do have this knowledge and expertise, but I think for us, it's kind of how it's displayed. Sometimes it can be quite cloak and dagger. Sometimes it can be kind of trying to like pulling teeth, trying to find out information and trying to find out how much things cost, or just to understand things in relation to SaaS. And we feel the opposite to that. We feel it shouldn't be like that. We feel the way it should be ultimately is for transparency, for freedom of information, which is why we've made dozens and dozens of videos so that clients can have a better understanding of SaaS, can grow even in their SaaS knowledge. Not only do we have many, many, many videos in our library, short, concise videos answering very specific questions about SaaS to help you with the unique questions and queries that you might have, but we're constantly releasing new videos so that you can grow, new videos so that you can stay sharp, and new videos so ultimately you can maximize your SaaS, because that's ultimately what you will be wanting to do. Which takes me to my next point, and that is resources. Within a SaaS, generally speaking, you will have members. You don't have to, of course. You can be a sole member of your SaaS that has certain benefits, but should you wish to add, a spouse or partner, children if they're over the age of 18, they will be legitimate members of the SaaS. Therefore, they, particularly thinking in relation to children here, they would need to understand for themselves what SaaS means, what SaaS can do, which means that the resources for them need to be in a digestible form, in a format that they're used to and can engage with. And that's ultimately as well what we are looking to do through these videos. Those that are of a new generation can access SaaS in a way that is, if you like, friendly to them, and they can grow in their knowledge as well. Convenience is another thing to consider when it comes to SaaS. And when I say convenience, I guess I mean two things. One, we use technology, we use software, we use anything that we can that will ultimately not complicate the process, but make the process simpler. What we find with other SaaS companies is that their ways and methods are often quite antiquated and even outdated, which can lead to more bureaucracy and just more general difficulties. We try and do the opposite of that again. We try and make it nice and streamlined and simple for clients to go through the process and to actually, dare I say, make it a joy to administer your SaaS. But as well as that, in relation to convenience, by default, by having a SaaS, you will be a limited company owner. And generally speaking, if you have a SaaS, your limited company will be making some profits. And if you've got a limited company and it's making profits, you're a busy person. So what we often find is this tension with limited company owners that want to purchase commercial property, want to grow their assets within the SaaS, but are just really busy and they're managing their business. And well, we have One Crown Property, our sister company, whereby we or they can come in, if you like, and help you manage your commercial property, source commercial property, and various other things in relation to commercial property. We also have another sister company, One Crown Investments, where they ultimately are offering SaaS permissible opportunities, usually short term, for those that are interested in kind of growing their pension pot every year. Usually a year or 2 years is the average term. And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to optimize and synchronize the experience for our clients within SaaS, whether you want short-term investments to boost your pot or the more long-term commercial property option. Convenience really is what we offer, as well as the level of resources and engagement and service. And I guess the last thing for me to mention is value. There are companies out there that will do SaaS for really, really cheap. Generally speaking, first of all, if a company is doing it for extremely cheap, you are getting a very, very bog standard service. You're getting pretty much just the paperwork done and that's it. And then you're on your own. And within the role of administrator, there are a number of functions that you will have to perform. And, you know, there wouldn't necessarily be help for you in those situations. And so value is really what to look for when you're considering switching a SaaS provider. Because when you consider SaaS, a SaaS is a tool attached to your limited company, and your limited company will be providing you some income, and that is extremely precious. Within the SaaS are members, usually of your family, perhaps a spouse or partner or children. They are extremely precious. A SaaS is holding your pension pot, which in itself is extremely precious. And so to go with a SaaS provider that is just the cheapest, it really is a big call. It's a big call to make. And as well as it being a big call to make, you run the risk of potentially having to switch yet again, which of course nobody wants to do. And so when it comes to switching SaaS provider, in short, yes, you can. It's just about choosing the right SaaS provider that scores highly in the areas that I have mentioned. And if you do that, you won't go too far wrong. And it's worth mentioning as well, if you know anybody else that's being poorly served by their SaaS provider, if you and they were to come over and switch to us, both of you actually may qualify for our Refer a Friend scheme, which ultimately means £100 off both of your setup fee. But we want to hear from you. What's the most important thing to you in a SaaS provider? And what's the main reason you would consider switching? Leave a comment below.
Book a call with us via the link in the description below. If on a mobile device, simply hit the More button under the video title and pick a convenient time to speak. Feel free to share this video with others that may benefit on WhatsApp or in other online groups or channels. Like, subscribe and hit the notification bell for lots more SaaS-related content, and leave a comment if you found this video helpful. For more, visit onecrownpensions.com.